All right, everybody. Sorry that I've been away for a little while. I've had a lot of personal stuff to deal with. Have some new blades that I'm going to showcase on my channel. Not very many, but, just a few others. But I do want to apologize for being away for so long. Personal matters to attend to, but I missed you guys, and I hope that you guys are interested in this one, as you would be for any other video. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk blades, everybody. That's what we're into. So I'm back, everybody. And I'd like to start this one off with something a little special. Dagger knives. Now, we all know that I've posted a few dagger knife videos in the past, and I gotta tell you, they did this one right. This is the Dagger Knives Vendetta. Now, before you guys go, but you've already shown us the Vendetta. I know I have. Here it is. This is the original Vendetta that I got. And if you guys remember correctly, I did a review on this knife, and I absolutely think this knife is great. And they made a new one. This one right here. So I think this is like the version, in my opinion, version 2.0. But this one, we all know this one, right? Frame lock, right? Okay. Looks like a little pocket spear. It's fantastic. I love this design. Nice big knife for you big knife people. Very sharp. And love that glass breaker right there. Although I did think that it was a little bit unnecessary. But it's a really cool, nice little touch, you know? So open construction. You guys know this. If you guys, I mean, come on. You guys can go watch the video. Other than that, here is the new and improved, in my opinion, an improved version of the Dagger Knives Vendetta. So if you open it up, obviously you got your magnet closure box here for dagger knives. Is there a sticker? Okay, there it is. So nothing really too out of the ordinary for that. You got your tactical silica right here, so you can throw it in the face of your enemies, piss them off, and have them attack you even worse. And it comes in this nice, I don't know, it's a different kind of plastic sleeve. Almost feels like a shower curtain a little bit. It's kind of strange, but hey, it's there. I can put this stuff away and get to the actual knife. Now, just by looking at it, you can already tell that this thing's gotten a few upgrades. And I gotta say, they did a fantastic job. I've been carrying this knife off and on for a good couple weeks. And I gotta say, this thing carries like a dream. But that's if you're into the whole big knife thing. If you like big knives, then this is something I suggest you look into. And yes, they still, strangely enough, they still have this one up for sale. I think Blade HQ, last I checked, still has this one. It might be in a different colored G10, but it's essentially the same knife. This one is a little different. It has jimping on the flipper right there. Jimping on the spine, a little bit on the indentation there for your thumb. And it even has kind of like their signature, I don't know if that's like a skull or whatever, like an outline of one. But their dagger knives kind of, hole, thumb hole. And of course, it comes to that beautiful spear shape right there. And yes, it is hella sharp. This is different now. This one is a liner lock instead of a frame lock. So this one's got the frame lock thing. You can see it right there. It's got an over travel, kind of like a stop thing right there. This one is just not that. This is a liner lock, so you got two slabs of G10 on sandwiched on the outsides. Still got your signature deep carry pocket screaming skull pocket clip right here, and it is polished. So this one, I think that one's kind of polished too. It's not as beefy as this one, but I think it's pretty nice. The only thing it lacks, obviously, you have a lanyard oval here, no glass breaker. So, and of course, it's milled out on the inside for weight relief. And this one, not so much. It's just, it's too thin for that. So Still very, very nice. They upgraded it. They put their little Dagger logo on the pivot right there. It's a little off-centered. That was only because I had a little bit of tap going on, so I had to tighten. Well, actually, I had to remove this screw and put Loctite because it would keep coming loose. So I put a little bit of Loctite and then put it back in, and then it kind of loosened this, so it's not exactly 100% straight like it was. It's a little off to the side. But this knife now operates very well. Pivot doesn't come loose, so everything's operating really nice on this knife. A little bit of an open construction here. You got this, this backspacer thing, but it's for your lanyard. You can switch your pocket clip from right to left hand carry if you want to. Still a fantastic knife. Very, very, very big knife. Okay, so I got to tell you, this is just, they did a very, very good job at upgrading from this to this. And I think Dagger Knives really did the job at paying attention to my review, or at least others like mine. And they really did up the ante on it and made it so much better. So good job, Dagger Knives. I got to be honest with you guys. Cold Steel has fallen off the map for me. I have actually, it almost seems like Dagger Knives has gotten my attention as far as like Marshall type blades. Now, of course, whether or not you're going to carry that knife for that purpose, that's completely up to the owner. But to me, I always thought that Marshall blades are always cool, regardless of whether or not you're going to use them as a tool or if you're going to use it as a backup for self-defense. I think it's it's just an awesome thing to have. In my opinion, that's just my taste. I always had that. I'm also going to do a video on self-defense knives and whether or not you should carry them. Stay tuned for that later on. But this one's mostly going to be a knife review for this new one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the specs of this knife, and I'll tell you guys what my personal thoughts are again. So you're looking at a really beefy knife, okay? And this thing is pretty huge. So if you like big knives, this is for you. You're looking at 5 inches of blade reach with a total cutting edge of roughly about 4.5. Maybe a little bit more than 4.5. 4 5/8. Okay. This is almost a foot long. It reaches up to 11 inches exactly. So this is one hell of a knife. My thing is, it really does carry very well in the pocket. It really does. I've carried it and I forget it's there. But then again, I'm used to carrying big knives, so it really doesn't bother me any. And if you're worried about weight, well, I am too. We'll figure that out together. Why not? All right, so this thing's going to come out to 6.17 ounces. So yeah, it's over 5 ounces. You guys know that 5 ounces is kind of like where I like to be in comfort as far as carrying pocket knife, around about 5 ounces. So this one comes in 6.01 at the original Vendetta, 6.17. So this one actually weighs a little bit more, and I think that's due to the fact that instead of having one piece of G10, it has 2 pieces of G10 compared to its original predecessor. So I guess it all really just depends on your taste. It's still a big, hefty knife. It's still one of those knives that's kind of like, would you want to carry this? And of course, calipers, because why the heck not? So handle is going to be thicker, so you're looking at a 0.55 on the new Vendetta, and on the old Vendetta, 0.41, 0.42 between. Let's see about the blade. I think the blade might be the same. 0.08, and that's strange. Okay, 0.10 on the original. Well, either way, I mean, it doesn't bother me any. I think that both knives are a great pick. The only thing that kind of bothers me, because you can tell from this angle right here, this is thicker than this. And of course, you got the glass breaker here. This one doesn't have the glass breaker. You have this little empty notch. And then in this notch, you have your lanyard hole. Jimping, obviously, in these two areas over here. You got frame lock design and liner lock design. It just depends on your taste and what you expect. Still, both deep carry pocket clips. So the knife carries nice and low in the pocket. Out of the two, I want to say the bottom one is my favorite. Now, why do I say that? I say that because if you look here, this is a little bit more aggressive. This one's a little bit more rounded off. I feel like I have better grip on opening this flipper tab than I do with this one. This one's a little slippery. They both still work the same. Now I have a spare blade from when Dagger Knives sent me a new blade for this. So I have two new blades. I have one blade and then the scratched one. This one's the new one that they sent me that I ended up replacing it with. And that always made me happy. So, and I gave my little sister the little piece of chocolate that Dagger Knives sent from Russia. She ate Russian chocolate. I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, is that good? And she's like, yeah, it's really good. I tried to record it, but it didn't. I forgot to press record. So I was basically SOL on that. But it was a great little experience to put the brand new blade in. And this carried very well in the pocket for such a long time. And seeing this new one, I was like, man, I really don't know if I want to spend 100 bones again. I ended up doing it again because I really wanted the new one. And I'm just a big fan of Dagger Knives. Dagger Knives kind of it gives me that exciting feeling that Cold Steel used to back when Cold Steel actually made good knives. That's my personal opinion. I know some people are going to hate me for it. I'm going to tell you right now, I am not impressed with Cold Steel's newer stuff. I've noticed that their knives aren't as sharp as they used to be out of the box. I can tell that the last knife that I got from them had a little bit of burr on the blade, which is unlike Cold Steel. Their locks are still very strong. Don't get me wrong, their locks are still very, very strong. It's just their blades aren't what they used to be. So, I'm actually kind of sad about that. It's not, Cold Steel's not what they used to be. So, Dagger Knives now has taken its spot, at least in my personal opinion. Dagger Knives has done a really great job with making Marshall blades and making them look so damn attractive. So if you're into that sort of thing, I'd give them a look-see. Blade HQ's got plenty. Or you could just type in Dagger Knives in the search bar and see other knife places and knife joints, and even Amazon if they have any Dagger Knives. I don't think Amazon has any, but, check them out. Just... I can't get my mind off of that. It kind of breaks my heart a little bit knowing that I just I don't like Cold Steel anymore. Like I'll look at Cold Steel knives, I'll see them, and I kind of do a double take, and I'm like, oh man, I really want that. Oh, the Luzon. Oh, okay, maybe. The last Luzon that I had, the blade was off center. Now, what do I mean by that? You pick up the blade, pick up the knife, and when you look down the center, you're supposed to know that the handle and the blade are straight. When I looked at the handle, the blade kind of tipped. It was like going this way. And I thought that was a pivot problem. So I tightened the pivot. I even loosened the pivot a little bit. And it just seemed like that was the issue. And then I ended up getting a different Luzon. And still the same issue, but it was actually the opposite direction with the blade. And I'm thinking to myself, what the heck is going on with these knives? This isn't Cold Steel quality to me. And yeah, given the Luzon is a very cheap knife, I understand that. But it just seems like the cheaper the knife, you get what you pay for. And yeah, Cold Steel products, before they started making cheaper knives, were pretty expensive. And that meant that you're buying quality as well. They made sure that their knives were razor sharp. They made sure that their knives were damn near perfect. It just seems like they kind of lost their luster a little bit, and that saddens me. But you know what? I'm sure Cold Steel will make a comeback somewhere, sometime. Maybe, hopefully, I wish, I hope. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. But Dagger Knives has really taken their spot right now, in my personal opinion. Make some good stuff, and if you're into that sort of thing, well, like I said, check them out. This knife isn't cheap. You're looking at around about $100. They have a special edition, which I'm still trying to get my hands on. It has micarta handle scales on it. I thought that was really nice. I really want one, but it's hard to get one. Every time I look, they're always sold out. Or anytime that they have them in stock, I don't really have the money to get it. I'm using my own money to get these things, and it's really hard to keep up with it. So it's just difficult. Based out of Russia, you guys already know that, so a lot of people kind of don't like Russia right now for obvious reasons. But, you know, not everybody's evil. Really cool stuff. I really do like this knife. Been one of my favorites to carry for the longest time, and been a real joy to carry the Vendetta, the old one and the new one. So go ahead and give them a look, see if it's your sort of thing. Give it a shot, man. They have smaller ones too. Still yet more to come, because I know that there's still some that I still want to get. Haven't got my hands on yet, but I will. So go ahead and slash that like button, stab that subscribe, slice that bell icon so you guys are notified anytime I post new stuff in these craziest times. Losing it, man. In these craziest of times, please, everybody, be kind, be safe, carry responsibly, and I'll see you all awesome people in the next video.